Right, it's Wednesday breakfast at Magic 105.4, and it's a very long time since I've had the lady who's sitting in front of me with me, and that's Dido. Hello.
Hello, very nice to be
here. And you
here.
genuinely haven't changed.
You're very sweet. I'm going to take that as a compliment.
Please take it as a good compliment, yeah. As youthful and smiley as I always remember, which is good.
Yes.
But by goodness, a lot's happened in your life since we first met, which is obviously No Angel. Scare me and tell me how many years ago that came out.
That would have been like 14 years.
That is scary, isn't it? Right? Okay, that was last millennium.
Yeah.
So last millennium. Right?
Exactly, decades ago.
You have a new album out, okay, Girl Who Got Away. We've been playing No Freedom a lot, actually, on Breakfast, which has been good. You wrote most of this album when you were pregnant, and then you recorded it probably mostly when you'd given birth.
No, actually, while I was pregnant.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I recorded most of it while I was pregnant, and then sort of finished up the production just literally a couple of months ago. And so I sort of just put it aside for a bit when Stanley came along.
I mean, clearly having a baby is a totally life-changing experience.
Absolutely.
I can't, I mean, from the male perspective, it's mind-blowing. From a female, having made this thing inside you, it must feel quite unbelievable.
Oh, it's just the best thing ever.
You've got a whole new album, I presume, waiting to be written, haven't you?
Probably,
about
yeah.
that and about the experiences, since Stanley was born.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's funny.
Thank
you very much.
Very old school.
Yeah,
isn't
I know, I like
Stanley.
it, and he really looks like a Stanley too. Like,
what does
he really
Stanley
does.
look like?
Just proper
Flat
old
cap?
school. Yeah, No, he came out with a flat no, and but yeah, he you know what? It's just sort of since having him, it's just like you just sort of see everything with these fresh eyes. It's like the whole world becomes completely technicolor. It's like you see everything through his eyes. And it just gives this like real sort of new start freshness to it. So I think it'll be brilliant for writing as well, just because even the simple things in life just suddenly look different.
Yeah. There are also some weird things that you notice that when you've had a baby. For example, how many different types of pushchair you can actually purchase, which you've never noticed in your life ever before until you have to buy one.
I know, and the things they make and the things that you have to build. And bear in mind that your brain is gone at this point. You haven't slept for months. And then you get this sort of flat pack of stuff that's always so complicated, to the point where like you're sitting there in tears, like I just can't make this toy or whatever it is. Yeah, they just make things so hard. I don't know why. It's like, surely you should be kind to people who've just had a baby. Like they just,
Look, let's play No Freedom, and then we'll talk more in just a moment.
Oh, bless.
Right, No Freedom, Magic Breakfast. Dido is our guest this morning. It's very nice to have you in.
Oh, thank you.
It is talking. Is it nice to get back into sort of the promo of a record? Because some artists love it, some hate it.
I mean, it makes you very excited about putting the record out, because you spend all this time working on it and, wondering if anyone will hear it or like it or whatever. And it, as the build up now, it's just getting quite exciting. I can't quite believe, because I've only done this 3 times before, so it's only the 4th album I've put out. So it's a special time, putting a record out.
Is that because you have been doing other things in your life, or just maybe that you were so successful with the first 3, which you were, to be fair, and your debut still, one of the best-selling debuts ever, that you've gone off and enjoyed the fruits of it?
More actually, like on the first couple of records, I just toured for ages, and then there was a point where I realised I'd been touring for like 9 years straight, so I thought I better go home and clear up the mess I'd left, and just sort of. But it's I definitely like to go off and sort of have adventures and do stuff and have things to write about, and I don't intentionally take all this time. It's just, I guess it just sort of time happens.
Just what happens.
Yeah.
Well, no, at some point, I think our people have been talking to your people about potentially doing a gig with us or somehow for us. And I think it came back saying, well, you actually haven't got a band at the moment together, or you haven't.
Yeah, I've been doing this sort of acoustic thing with a couple of guys, exactly. So I need to just take a bit of time, get a band together, and because my old bands are all in America now, and so do that. And
can you not just call them up and say I fancy going on tour, or they're with other people, I guess, are they?
Well, yeah, everyone's sort of spread around doing other stuff. My keyboard player's playing on Sesame Street. How cool is that? He's the piano player on Sesame Street. I just think that's the best job ever.
Have you ever done Sesame Street?
No, I would love to do Sesame Street. Because it's my dream.
I know it sounds
and
a
Stanley
weird
would be
dream,
really impressed.
But a lot of people do say that. I mean, it's so influential. It's such a cult program.
Yeah, it really is. It'd just be brilliant.
If they went on there and changed the lyrics to,
I think I'd enjoy it.
No fish without fingers, or something really daft.
Exactly.
You'd be happy.
Oh, totally. It'd be brilliant.
The invitation is there.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, go for it. So, look, after the show today, we're going to record a full Magic Meets that's going to go out this Sunday.
Right.
So it's you and you got to go and pick some of your favourite songs now.
Right.
As well as, obviously, songs from your new album and some of your old ones as well. So go get a cup of tea. But for the moment, Dido, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
We'll speak after 9.
Yes.
Get a cup of tea in.
Brilliant.